Hi guys, I'm Shelley, welcome back to my channel, where I sometimes talk about books, especially ones that make my brain just kind of do a little ticky thing. Was that English? I don't know. Anyway, I'm reviewing a book, and that book is Rosebud, Sleds and Horses' Heads, 50 of Film's Most Evocative Objects, written by Scott Jordan Harris. Right, this made my brain go. So this book is basically full of wondrous things. I mean, to be honest, I think Julie Andrews should be singing about the object in this book to a bunch of enthralled Von Trapp kids. That would be a tongue twister of a song. But anyway, this book investigates and pays homage to many of the objects that have played their part in cinematic history, such as Dorothy's ruby red shoes in The Wizard of Oz, which apparently originally were silver in the book, but were made ruby red for technicolor wonderment. It also talks about Indiana Jones's hat, which turns a mild-mannered, quite bookish Professor Jones into, let's face it, a friggin' superhero. Suddenly he can go running through the jungle having poisoned darts thrown at him because of this hat, and he, risks his life quite a lot for this hat. He's a bit attached to it. It then also talks about Schindler's List. That one hit me. Schindler's List opens up in black and white in a ghetto in Krakow that is being emptied by the Nazis, and there's this little girl running around in a red coat, and the red coat is the only colour you see on screen. You are pulled in so much to this little girl in the red coat, and it links you. It is the thing that links Schindler and links the film together. I don't think Schindler's List would be the same. I mean, it would still be a mind-blowing film, but imagine what it would be like without the red coat. All these objects have been used to emote or to move the plot of a film along so much, to the point that some films just evolve around one particular object, and that is the plot completely. I mean, what would The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings series be without a friggin' ring? I mean, it would be pointless. So reading this book just brings all that back to you and makes you think about all the objects that you've seen in different films that link to you personally, and it makes you make your own list. I mean, there's 50 in here, and I could easily go on and put another 100 in. I don't know how Scott managed to get it down to 50. I did then make a list as I was reading this of the couple of things that just hit me when I'm watching films. I covered them. I want them. Gimme I'm Gollum with things. One of the things, funny enough, was from Lord of the Rings, and I do actually have it, and I love it. And it is, if I can do the beauty blogger thing, the even star that Arwen gives to Aragorn. I'm terrible with names. Arwen gives to Aragorn, and it is the link between them. For instance, the necklace in The Illusionist. Friggin' love that thing. Want it, and it doesn't actually exist, or I don't know how the frig it would exist. I have googled it and nobody seems to be able to work out how to make this puzzle necklace that is sort of makes the plot move along. There's also a box of different smelling bottles, bear with me, in the film French Kiss with Kevin Kline and Meg Ryan. As a school project, he makes this box full of bottles of lavender and grass and all the different things in the French countryside, and as you sip wine you smell these bottles and the taste in the wine changes. And I love that moment and that object that links these two characters, and it's a massive ASMR moment for me as well. It's just like There's also the stamp collection in the movie Charade, which is the plot of the movie Charade. I won't give it away too much because I don't know how to mention it without giving the whole film away, but if you've ever seen Audrey Hepburn, Cary Grant running around Paris trying to find quite a lot of money, and stamps are involved. But that film would not be the same. I mean, it wouldn't exist without those stamps. Again, in How to Steal a Million, that film revolves around one object. Best. If you've never seen How to Steal a Million, please do. Again, it's Audrey Hepburn and Peter O'Toole. Friggin' love that movie. But to me, the most emotive object ever put into a film, and I tear up just thinking about it, is Veda Sultenfuss's mood ring in My Girl. How does Macaulay Culkin do that with his little smushy face? He makes me ball up in tears, but the major plot in My Girl revolves around Veda Sultenfuss's mood ring, and I wanted it for years. I used to have a mood ring and I wore it like from the age of about 7 to 15. I didn't take this thing off until I lost it. To the point now that I have this amber ring here, which obviously is not a mood ring, but I wear it on the same finger and it is the same shape and the same kind of feel as the mood ring in my girl, and I love the fact that I can wear it on this finger and it's kind of the same even though it's not a mood ring. I am a child, I realise that, but this is the power that objects have in films. They can put you in a certain mood by just seeing them. So basically I liked this book because it got me thinking about all the happy objects, and if you are somebody who likes film history and likes the makings of films and how they evolve and revolve around different objects, I would suggest getting this because it's a really good read. Scott did a lot, and I mean a lot of research going into this. The amount of information that's in this book in just one page is just brilliant. I mean, let's see. You have the golden ticket from Charlie's and the Chocolate Factory, the horse's head from The Godfather. I mean, really, this just bad version of it, but yes. And of course, what would Back to the Future be without a flying hoverboard? I mean, really, come on, it's the massive piece of film history. So yeah, that was my review of this book, which is 5 out of 5 stars, and I loved it. I hope you guys are good, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.